Knock on the doorbell. Ring doorbell. We need you. Happening? What's going on?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do?
Papa.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by. Now today's video is a tad bit offensive. Depending on who you are, you might find this video offensive. I know I did. I found it a little bit offensive. It's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look. It's one of those things where it's like you can kind of see both sides depending on who you are. You know, you could probably see both sides. I can kind of see both sides, but not to the extent that it went, you know? Yeah. So I'm gonna play the clip for you right now and get back and give you my thoughts on it.
Knock on the doorbell. Ring doorbell. We need you. Happening? What's going on?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do?
Papa.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
So what are you doing?
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
Hey.
Did someone come here?
That was my wife. Somebody chased her up here. And she had kids.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in a
There was a
silver
guy
truck.
in a gray truck, and he came
So
around the corner,
I don't
and
know if you guys have a
I was
reading.
in the street, and so I come up, and I just have my kids, and so I'm like gonna pretend that I'm coming home, and so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate, and he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "Nope," and then he sat here, and I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and he said there's a lady screaming, and I'm like, that's.
She got all worried that she
Scared the crap out of me.
How?
I'm so sorry.
How did he scare you though?
had a feel.
I just seen her in the driveway and I was like, are you looking for somebody? Because I was pulling up out
And I
home.
saw someone walking in our driveway too, and I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Well, I'm
Well,
sorry.
here we got it. All right, sorry.
What?
I don't.
She said that someone was following her. So you were walking from there?
You came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here.
Yeah.
And I was riding slow because I'm looking at our Christmas lights.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with two kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, oh, it scared me, and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? And I was like,
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no, you don't.
And you said, I don't think you do.
It was obviously you could tell that I was really caught off guard.
Like I'm pulling in my, it's like I'm pulling in my house. Like this is not, this neighborhood is probably one of the best neighborhoods in Ohio. I don't, you don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Well, I'm very sorry. I really hope that you're not upset with me.
Come on, baby, go in the house. Let's go.
You told me that I didn't. You said you didn't think I lived here.
It was
That-
the way that you were talking. I was so caught off guard. I'm so sorry.
So as you can see, this woman, she's afraid of this man. She went into his driveway. He comes home. First thing she asks is, do you live here? He says yes. She says, I don't believe that. Took her kid, left the stroller fell and all of that, and she took off. Woke up the whole neighborhood. Help, help, help. Waking up everybody. Waking up everybody. Woke up the whole neighborhood screaming. Call her husband get down there. And now at this point, once she realizes what happens, she is embarrassed. Reasonably so. She should be embarrassed. She should be embarrassed. That was very embarrassing. And if I was her husband, I would be embarrassed too. But I don't know if y'all peep. If you didn't peep this, go back and check it out. Her husband was annoyed. He was annoyed at the homeowners. He was annoyed at them. You can see once the wife started asking questions, he just was like, and then he walked away. And then he walked away. Right? He didn't want to hear nothing else. He was just like, in his head, I think he's like, what the hell we apologizing to these people for? And you know, I wouldn't have thought that if I didn't verbally hear him say something. When he got in his car, he was getting in the car, he said, who cares? Close the door. What are we arguing with them for? He said something along those lines.
I think I live here.
It was the way that you were talking. I was so caught off guard. I'm so sorry.
Who cares? He was fed up with it. He was like, what are we apologizing to them for? I think that's wild, because in a situation like that, you should wholeheartedly apologize. You should apologize. You should do everything you can, not sit there and kiss their ass, but you should do everything you can to convey to them, like, hey, that's not the type of person I am. I know how it looks. I'm sorry. This looked bad, but that's not me. I was just scared because you are a man. You know, you can say whatever. And maybe she was just scared because he was a man. Maybe it had nothing to do with race. Kind of seemed like it had a little bit to do with race, but maybe it didn't. Either way, it's a bad look. Her husband did not feel the need to apologize. He said, we apologized once and that should be it. No, man, if I'm him, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to speak for my wife as well. I'm going to have her back. Like, look, man, that's not who we are. I'm sorry that happened. She didn't mean it in that way. He said, and walked off. Like, the video's not clear enough to see his facial expressions, but he did like this with his hands. Then he walked off. He went to the car. Get in the car. Who cares? I'm done arguing. Bro, why you mad? Why you mad? Your whole family look bad right now. Y'all in the wrong. You at their house. You still remember this, right? You in their driveway. The crazy part about it is she lied. She said, you didn't say this was my home. The whole time I was thinking this may be his home. But you didn't say this was my home. He said it. You asked him. That's the first thing you asked him. Do you live here? He said yes. Your response was, I don't believe you. You teaching to your daughter, fear black men. Be afraid. When you see a black man, be extremely afraid. Your daughter's going to forever remember this moment. Even if when she gets older, she doesn't really remember what happened here, it's always going to be in the back of her head. And she's going to carry with her because she's going to remember the fear she's seen in your face. She's going to remember the fear that you put in her because you're so scared she got scared. You telling her, ring the doorbell. And then you run off. She's going to remember that forever. Now she's going to grow up with that. She's going to grow up carrying that. She's going to grow up fearing black men or men in general. She's going to grow up fearing them because of the way you acted that night. Now, like I said, I can kind of see both sides. And when I say that, I mean, if someone is driving next to you and you're alone at night, you might get a little creeped out. Now, she took it a little far when she went to the driveway. Or she could have called her husband and said, hey, I think I'm being followed. Can you come down the street? But you went into someone else's driveway. That lets you know you was really afraid. But then once you seen his truck pull into the driveway, you should be like, damn it, he lives here. I look like an idiot. Like, sir, you live here? Yeah. Then at that point you apologize. I'm so sorry. I got a little spooked. I seen you behind me. I got a little spooked out because you're a man and it's nighttime. I'm sorry. And then be on your way. So like I said, I can kind of understand her part, but then she took it to another level. Once he pulled into the driveway, at that point, my bad. You spooked me a little bit. My bad. And be on your way. This little girl is going to grow up remembering this, and she's going to walk around carrying this with her. You know what I'm saying? She's going to have some type of fear of black men. Maybe not even know why, but this will help with that. This will be a reason why. But yeah, man, please give me your thoughts. Jump in the comment section below and tell me how you feel about it. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, if you can see both sides, whatever. Just jump in the comments. Also, send the video to other people and tell them to give their thoughts as well. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe as well. That's all I have for today. Peace.